Dibia, Joe me consumer and Joe, Namanu Yashamikama. Joe me consumer and Joe, Namanu Yashamikama. Enti, Missuro, and Ajubu Bombiara. Missuro, and Ajubu Bombiara. Anonima Kucham. Makucham Nyannimu Anije Ninu Nasina Metana. I feel blessed when I'm wrapped up in your love, dancing to my gospel song. Feel blessed. I feel blessed. Cause your promises are sure, they are here and amen. Feel blessed. I feel blessed.
Hello.
When you
Happy New Year.
Up on my
this is our
life.
first broadcast after the New Year. So welcome to 2019. And this is ENCORE. Thank you for joining us for our very first of the year 2019. They call me Uncle WHYTE. I am the CEO of Roman Productions, and for the purposes of this platform, I'm dedicated to helping you become your best self. Today, we're going to look at New Year resolutions for couples. We know of New Year resolutions for individuals. Many of us have given up on it because it doesn't last for many people. But it is still a useful exercise to do. And it's because the new year presents us with a magic. There is a certain magic about the new year. And it is because the new year, if you like, see every new year as your birthday. I know you have a birthday, you have a day on which you were born that you celebrate. But celebrate the new year, 1st January, as your birthday as well. Because on that day, life begins afresh. It's a new beginning. We are given a new sheet for 365 days. And it's up to us to decide what we want to do with it, how we want the year to be, to go. It is all up to us. Because you see, life is a do-it-yourself project. So how your life turns out is totally and absolutely up to you. So I'd like to begin with the magic of the new year. And there are a few things comments I need to make. That it is very easy to waste the magic of the new year. The time to make a new beginning, the time to reflect, review, and rewind or reset your life. And for today's episode, reset your relationship or reboot your relationship as well. And it is a time to aim for better, for higher, and for deeper in life. So let's look at the things we should all be occupying ourselves with in our relationship for the new year. So shall we begin with it? 1, there are 3 things I'd like you to focus on for the new year. The first, celebrate the best in the past year. Celebrate the best in the past year. 2018 is just gone, but 2018 gave you a number of days, 12 months. What happened in those 12 months? Even if you had a difficult year, it wasn't every day, every occasion that was tough. There were breakthroughs for you. There were good news for you. In your relationship, there were days when you laughed, days when you celebrated love and things like that. Now celebrate those ones. Don't focus on the negative. Let the passing of the year go with them. But memorize, make monuments of your good times, of the wonderful times you've had. Now, how do you do this? 1, list all the times you were grateful to have your partner in your life. List all the times that you were grateful to have your partner in your life. Maybe you were ill and your partner was there for you. Or maybe, you were broke and your partner came through for you. Or maybe you messed up and your partner shamed you with his or her forgiveness and understanding and empathy. celebrate those times. Or maybe like one of our people, you are hungry and she cooks you jollof. That has become the name of one of our people here. So list all the times you were grateful to have your partner in life. Maybe you were confused, there was a difficult time in your life, and your partner said some words to you, spoke into your life, and everything changed. It helped you regain the right perspective. List those ones. Now, having done that, go to the second step. Write these up in a letter of appreciation to your partner. Write these up. Write them up as a letter to your partner, a letter of appreciation to your partner. Remember, this is not the occasion to tell your partner that he or she is not perfect. No. Now you are just celebrating the good times and the wonderful times. You are just being grateful to have this person in your life. And really, if you cannot think of anything in all the days of 2018 that you could be grateful for this person in your life, then you should ask yourself a few questions. Why is this relationship still continuing? So write these up in a letter of appreciation to your partner, or, and this is even better, arrange for a date with your partner and then say these things. Go through your list and say, on this occasion, you did A, B, C, D, and I went home rejoicing and thanking God that I have you in my life and all that. And then go on and go on and go on and go on and go on. It would work if both of you do it, so that you have your list, he or she also has their list, and then you can exchange and read what each of you think of each other. Step 3, over. I'm still on celebrating the best in the past year. Add a little gift or make a gesture of appreciation together with a list. So don't just say, oh, I'm grateful to have you last year. Last year you were such a blessing to me and all that. You came through for me on this occasion and you did this, that was so good for me. No. Let there be a little gift. It doesn't have to be a very expensive gift. Let there be something that goes along, so that anytime your partner looks at that thing, he or she will remember the list as well. He or she will remember that you celebrated them at a certain time at the beginning of the year. And remember, the beginning of the year is the right time to do it. And having done that, go to number 4. Wish each other the best of the new year. Really, wish each other the best of the new year. You know, it's interesting that we are prepared to do this for for strangers. We are prepared to do this for colleagues in the office. We are prepared to do this for people who even call us on the line, but we seldom do it for those we say we love. So, wish each other the best of the new year. And if you are a religious type, pray for each other. That would be wonderful. Now, so that is the first one. The first one was this celebrating the best of the last year. The best of the last year. The times when you were so glad that you had this person in your life. That is one. Now let's go to the second thing to do in the new year. Settle the accounts of the past year with a view of letting go of old hurts and bitterness so you can start anew. Settle the accounts. So how do we do this? Again, make time for a date. Make sure you have a lot of time. The two of you block out some bit of time, because this will take a bit of time. If you can't have privacy in your home, go out. I find that sometimes just driving and talking gives you quite a lot of time. Or going out to the right place to eat and sit down to talk would be wonderful. But whatever it is, find the time, find a place where the two of you just sit down and talk to each other. But this is what you're going to do. Remember, we've just celebrated the best. Now we are doing the second thing. We are now going to talk about the things that hurt and offended us in the past year. Except that you do so without attacking each other. and you do so without anger. You do so without drama. Do it objectively. I was ill in November, and you didn't even check on me. It made me feel that you didn't care. Cool. Make your point. Make your point. Now, listen, for the purposes of this exercise, one party speaks at a time, the other listens, and listens actively. Listening actively means that from time to time you can ask, you make responses that makes the other party know that I am listening to you. And when you are not too clear, you ask for clarification. Oh, but I sent you flowers when you were not well. I thought that was enough. No, the flowers was not you. You sent it through a courier. You hadn't traveled. I knew you were on leave. So why didn't you pass by? We are settling accounts of the past year. Because what happens is that quite often we enter the year still carrying the baggage of the past, still carrying the waste of the past into the new year. And so we don't get the freshness that the year is supposed to bring us. We doom ourselves to repeat the mistakes of the past. So every year becomes same. We are doing the same thing. We are causing the same offenses. We are irritating each other. And then resentment builds up. And before you realize, there's an explosion that you wonder, where is this one coming from? Well, it's coming from things we didn't address. And that is what I'm saying. So make the time, sit down. One person takes a turn at a time and speaks about the things that he or she was not happy with the past year. When that person finishes, you, the person in the who is in the dock, you now have to apologize. There's not a time to justify. There's not a time to argue. Remember, the objective of this is not who would be right and who is wrong. The objective is so that we can begin the new year with a clean sheet, with a clean slate. So one person talks, the other listens actively, ask questions if you can, echo the sentiments to confirm that you've heard right, and then the one who is doing the listening, the one who is, if you like, in the dock, apologizes for. Because you see, it doesn't matter whether you meant evil or harm or not. The point is that if it caused offense, you apologize. And then when you apologize, promise not to repeat the offense. Promise not to repeat the offense. And when you do that, the one who did the speaking, the one who did the voicing out of the heads, must commit to forgiving and must say it. I forgive you. I forgive you for everything that happened in the new year. I am ready for us to go into the new year with a clean sheet. Then it is the turn of the other party. And then that same process, that party now talks, and be specific. Don't give vague things because then it won't help. I didn't feel that you cared. What does that mean? Be specific. Be specific. On my birthday, you did not call me. Specific. Specific. When my mom was at the hospital and I was freaking out, I did not get the kind of support that I would have expected from you. You never even asked how she was doing. And that made me feel that I was not important to you. Because if I was, then my mother's state should also have been important to you. Again, the same process, listen actively, and then when it is done, you apologize and you promise, okay, I assure you that 2019, this will not happen again. And then the one who did the speaking this time also makes the commitment to forgive. I'm calling that settling the accounts of the last year and clearing it away. After that, remember, whatever it is we sat down and we talked about, we've dealt with, you've forgiven me, I've forgiven you. They are not issues anymore. Let's move on. 3. So we've talked the first. We're going to talk about the 3 things you should do in the new year. The first is celebrating the best of the year. 2 is settling the scores. And 3, renew commitment to each other. Renew your commitment to each other. If you like, let it be as if you are renewing your vows. Wouldn't it be wonderful if every year, at the beginning of the year, couples can renew their commitment to each other? You know, the same thing. Don't just go and say, I renew my commitment to you. Those are my words. So you can't use them. The same raps you gave at the beginning, go and utter those same words and then go on and commit firmly. So, 1, affirm your love and your commitment to your partner. Affirm your love, your commitment. Don't do what the lazy boys do and say that, well, you remember 10 years ago, 5 years ago, I told you I love you. The situation hasn't changed. No. Today, renew it. None of us gets tired of hearing those words spoken to us. And 2, remember, we are renewing commitment to each other. Share your hopes and aspirations for this year, for the new year, and pledge support for each other. So now I need to know, what are your hopes and aspirations for this year? What are your plans for this year? I must also share my hopes and aspirations for this year, what my plans are. Except that in this session, we should make sure that we include each other in our plans. So for instance, if we're talking about getting married, and you are talking about going for your master's, and maybe stay on for your PhD and it takes 5 years, what are you saying to me? Where do I feature in this? In your plans, in your hopes, in your aspirations, let me know I feature in this as well. So that if you're going to do your master's and you're hoping to go abroad, what about me? What happens? Are we going to take any steps before you go? Or will you go and come? And in the meantime, do I wait? And do I wait for what? For your PhD? Or for what? So in talking about your plans and aspirations, always assure your partner of his or her place in those plans, that he or she is a key part of the plans that you are putting together. And 3, still under the renewing of your commitment to each other, ask each other, what are your expectations of me this year? How can I love you better this year? You should ask that. And when that question is asked, try to be as sincere in your answer as possible. Don't say, oh, well, whatever you do. No, you know what you want. So speak it. What do you want? That I rub your feet every evening? Okay. What? What do you want? That I take you out every month? Okay. Just tell my employers to pay me early every month so that the payment doesn't go into the next month. And then having done that, now make your resolutions to each other. Make resolutions. Now look, don't make the resolutions and keep in your mind, because then you reserve the right not to fulfill them. There's no accountability. The reason why you should make the resolutions to each other is that you are holding yourself accountable to each other. You are empowering your partner to call you to account about the things you said you would do. And so, in the spirit of that, I'm going to give you 25 resolutions that I think every couple must make to each other. 25 resolutions that I believe that if a couple can make to each other at the beginning of the year, it will work so well for them. So, If you are ready, let's go. 25 of them. 1. Celebrate the joy and blessedness of having each other on a daily basis. So that's the first resolution I want you to make. That you tell your partner, I assure you, I promise you, that every day I will celebrate the joy and blessedness of having you in my life. Unfortunately, instead of celebrating the joy and the blessedness of having our partners, we often now focus only on their mistakes and the things we wish they could change. And yet, having somebody in your life is a blessing. Celebrate that. 2, count your blessings as a couple, not as individuals. As a couple, what are you grateful for together? Count your blessings as a couple. 3, resolve to listen and to hear one another as often as possible. Now you think, of course, goes without saying. It will amaze you how many couples don't feel that they have a platform to even talk to their partners and to be heard. They don't feel heard. They feel, I have things to say, but he or she never makes the time for us to talk. So, New Year resolution, resolve that I will make time to talk, I'll make time to listen, and I'll make time to hear you. 4, forgive. Resolve to forgive. That this year, we don't know what the year will bring, but I can assure you of one thing, that you'll get forgiveness from me, no matter what happens. Now, somebody will say, hey, you don't know my boy Intra. The license you take of this, and come back and say, well, you say you forgive me. Well, I hope you married the right person. 5, resolve to anticipate each other's needs. That I resolve to be sensitive, so sensitive to you, so attentive to you, that I will anticipate your need. I will be able to address a need even before you articulate it. 6, resolve to keep short accounts. If something goes wrong, if I do something that displeases you, don't stretch it. But I will give you that word myself, that you can be sure that if I am not happy with you, I won't leave you guessing. You'll get to know. You won't get to know in public, but you'll get to know. I would let you know that I am not happy about A, B, C, D, so we can address it. 7, resolve to pray for each other. Pray. Pray for each other. Every morning when I wake up, I'll pray for you. 8, resolve to make each other your highest priority when it comes to work and to other people. Of course, if you are the religious type, we know God occupies the top priority. But minus God, when it comes to other things, your partner must be your highest priority. And you're going to resolve to do that. That means that you're not going to pay more attention to other people than to your partner, which many people make the mistake of doing. 9, resolve to treat your partner as you would like your partner to treat you. Resolve to treat your partner as you would like your partner to treat you. So that if roles were reversed, if you exchange shoes, you will not feel uncomfortable, because you know I am doing the best I can. I am treating this person as I wish I could be treated. 10, resolve not to speak to each other in anger. It's very easy to do so in a relationship. And unfortunately, in the office, many of us, we don't speak to our colleagues in anger. Somebody's annoying you on phone, you don't speak to that person in anger. A customer is annoying you, you don't speak to a customer in anger. And yet, the person who means the world to us, we sometimes find it so easy to snap at the person and yell at the person and be as rude as we can to that person. So, resolve not to speak to each other in anger. 11, resolve not to withdraw from each other emotionally. So the men who get home and they are not home, they are there physically, but they may as well have put a dummy there because they just are not there. That one is not going to happen. Those who turn into don't touch me soap in bed, that is not going to happen. Resolve not to withdraw from each other emotionally. 12, resolve to express appreciation to your partner daily. Resolve to express appreciation to your partner daily. 13, resolve to make more time for each other. Resolve to make more time for each other. And just don't leave it there. Now, if it is possible, commit yourself to days. So, listen, every Friday night from work, nothing. I'll take no appointments, all phones off. It is you. You are my highest priority then. Or Saturday mornings, I am not rushing out of the house. We're going to be in bed till lunchtime. And it will help if you bring breakfast to bed as well. That would be great. 14, resolve to allow each other room to be. So that every time somebody, you don't feel stifled in this relationship. You know, oh, I have a little bit of room to be who I am, to do me. And he also, or she also has the room to do her. That helps. Then we can all come together. When we come together, we have so much to share because we've all had the chance to live fully. 15, resolve to keep phones and similar devices out of the bedroom if you are married. It's a good practice. And if your hall is not safe and you fear they will be stolen, then put them off in the bedroom when you come into the bedroom. So there must be no phone ringing. Unless you can tell me that you work in national security and you're on duty every night. Otherwise, put off your phone or leave it in the hall. The next day will come. You can check what missed calls you've had and respond to those you need to respond. A lot of marriages are suffering because we are allowing people to intrude into our bedroom, into our privacy, who have no right being there. Look at it this way. How would you feel if we are married and every visitor I get in the house, I bring into the bedroom without even knocking? All my visitors can walk into the bedroom without knocking. At any time in the night, any time, they can just walk in and get attention. I mean, you wouldn't like that. You wouldn't do that in real life. But that is what you do with your phone. That's what you do with social media. What you're doing is that you are allowing people into the privacy of the bedroom and giving them attention. Not right. 16, similar to 15, resolve to put off your phone when you are with your partner, especially when you go out. Don't tell me we are going out and you are on your phone half the time. That's no going out. We didn't go out. Don't tell me we are going for a drive when you are on your phone all the time. That was not a drive. Then we may as well have gone in separate cars. When you are with your partner, whenever you are with your partner, whether you are driving to a place or not, both of you put off your phones. Engage with each other. Even if you don't have anything to say to each other, just the phone off. Don't give your attention to anything else, so that you know I am here for you. That person also communicates the same thing to you. So when you are with your partner, put off your phone. If for any reason there's a very important call you're expecting, tell your partner that I'm sorry, please forgive me. My boss said he'll call me at this time. May I have your permission to take that call when it comes through? It's important. Let's learn to be polite with our partners when it comes to the use of technology, phone, media, social media, and all that. 17. Resolve not to bring work home. But if you must, because of the kind of ungodly job you do, then when you get home, don't go straight to work. Touch base with your spouse first before going back to work. So don't walk through the door, get into the thing, and your spouse is saying, "Oh, my dear, you are welcome. Please, don't disturb me." And then you go and sit down and continue working. No, that is rude, and that is insensitive. So put it aside. Engage for a while. Engage with your partner. Then explain to your partner. You remember the board meeting for tomorrow? My dear, I am so not ready. There are a few reports I need to finish, so let me take some time to do it. But that should be after you've given your spouse the attention your spouse needs. 18. Resolve not to respond to someone else's crisis and ignore your partner completely. There's this thing that I don't understand. A couple are in the house. They are not talking. They are not giving each other the attention. Or one party is not giving the partner the attention. Then a call comes from somebody. He pays a call and he's transformed. He's all concerned, he's all caring, and he's dashing off. Where are you going? Oh, Asimesi says he's not well, so I'm going to check on her. Me too, I'm sitting by you, I'm not well. Have you checked on me? So resolve to not to respond to anyone's crisis if you haven't given the necessary attention to your partner. It goes back to making each other your highest priority. 19. Resolve to groom yourself better and to come to bed clean and smelling good every day. This goes to married couples. Your generation, however, I can't be sure. But resolve to groom yourself better. Whenever your partner sees you or goes out with you, let your partner feel good because of the way you are dressed. But at home, don't come to bed smelling like the food you ate. Come to bed smelling good. Don't come smelling sweat. Come smelling fresh. That may mean taking your bath. And if you happen to have the goat syndrome, you know what I call the goat syndrome? Bathing, you signed a pact to stay away from each other. Then get a small towel and clean yourself up. So you don't have to pour water on you, but clean yourself up and clean yourself real good and come to bed. 20. Resolve, and this goes to a married couple, resolve to support your spouse with the children. It's unfortunate that, especially men, a lot of men operate as if the children belong to their wives alone. They are your children too. So when you get home, get involved. Their homework, their cleanliness, discipline, engaging them, playing with them, let that not be the work of your wife alone. Resolve that and tell your spouse that. 21, resolve never to put the children before your spouse. This is the other side of the coin. There is a husband who doesn't get involved with the children. Then there's also the husband, and in this case, wife, who puts the children above their spouse. Both not good enough. So, resolve not to put the children before your spouse. Your spouse comes first, and then the children. 22, resolve not to be clingy. Remember, we said resolve to give each other a bit of room. This is another one. Resolve not to be clingy. 23, resolve to build regular outings into your calendar. So let not your partner say, "Oh, we haven't gone out in a long time." Let your partner know every Friday we'll go out, or once a month we'll go out. And the date must be known. And plan it well. Plan it as a proper dating with proper dressing and things. And then go out. Oh, phones off on those days. And 24, because we've done 23. 23 is a regular outing. 24, resolve to get a life. Don't wrap your life completely around your partner. It doesn't work. You two have a life. And don't stop yourself from doing things or going out just because your partner says, I won't go. All right, I'm going to watch a WHYTE show. Oh, you won't go? Okay, I'll go and come. When I come, I'll tell you how it went. Get a life. Have a life of your own. And don't let your life be invested completely in your partner. And finally, 25, resolve to stay true and faithful and devoted to your partner. Make that resolution. To stay true, to stay faithful, and to stay devoted to your partner. Those are 25 resolutions that I recommend to every couple. Every, whatever level you have, I'm sure a lot of them you can make to each other, but make them to each other so that there is a commitment, there is accountability there. With that, let me say a very happy new year to every one of you. I am grateful that you are always with us. You stay with us every Friday. You join us. You send us your comments. Some of you always make it light. You lighten the mood for the community. And I thank God for your lives. I thank God for every one of you. Whether you are in Ghana or outside Ghana, I appreciate you. And I pray that this will be your best year yet. I pray that this year you'll find protection, you'll find provision, and you would find covering for your life. Let prosperity be yours this year. Let things work for you this year. And your relationship, may God give you the grace to love each other and to feel loved by each other. May God bless you. May good health be yours this year. And may God protect you from all evil and from all dangers. Once again, a happy new year to you. And those who came to the National Theatre to support us for our festival, thank you very much. We hope you enjoyed it. And if you are one of them, let us know what you thought of it, especially about the crazy ride. So, Chrissy, can we take a break now? So we'll take a very short break, and when we come, we'll take your feedback and interactions.
Honey, I have laid the bed. Baby, honey, tomorrow I have a meeting. I have a business meeting tomorrow.
Sir? Oh, sweetheart. Here, take this.
Get the best-selling novels, The Deal, and Perfect Couple by Uncle WHYTE at 40 Ghana cedis each. Available at all Shell shops, selected bookshops, and total filling stations. For inquiries, call 050-554-6010 or WhatsApp 050-554-6030 for your copies.
Thought-provoking, motivational, inspirational, attitude, values, faith, soul-inspiring content, value for money. New Look, the magazine that reports on our values, attitudes, and faith for discerning people. Rover Report Monthly Magazine. Get your copies from all Shell shops, Total shops, and the supermarket near you. Or call 0302-231188 for subscription.
Well, thank you very much for staying with us and welcome back. I have a beautiful lady standing by me. Her name is Michelle. Michelle happens to be a member of the community. We met her for the first time at the National Theatre during the festival, the Roverman Festival of Plays. Michelle, welcome.
Thank you.
Michelle, tell them a little about yourself.
So, like you said, I'm Michelle, based in the United States in Maryland, and I'm an engineer and also a part-time, do my master's part-time.
All right.
But I listen to Uncle a lot. Usually when I'm driving, I just put in the YouTube and then it plays. So I've been following your ENCORE forum.
What have you heard on ENCORE that has helped you the most? Anything that stands out?
Well, more recently, I was thinking the one that you did about how men and women.
The battle of the sexes.
Yeah, the battle of the sexes. I really like the point that we should not, as women, we should not treat men as, as women.
Yeah, and men also shouldn't treat women as men.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it made me think a lot. Yeah. So.
Would you like to give shout out to anybody?
Shout out to my brother in Massachusetts. When they came over to visit, they listened to you as well.
Okay.
So they started listening to you.
All right.
So, and also to my cousin Anikia in Michigan.
All right. Okay.
Yes.
So Michelle, welcome to Ghana, and it was a joy meeting you.
Same as well.
So enjoy the year.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. All right then. Can we go with the questions now?
Yes, please. We have a lot of questions, a lot of comments, or should I say well wishes from people from the community, wishing you a happy new year.
Well, very happy new year to every one of you.
Oh, Uncle Ibo, you look so amazing. I'm just telling you so that I can read the comments. I can read the comments about you.
All right. Thank you, Abizi.
You're welcome, Uncle. And we have a lot of comments about how handsome you're looking today. And our first question is, Uncle.
Yeah.
Okay, this is actually from Ewuku Ephraim. He says, Uncle, your black on black is cool, pa. Happy New Year with the best of wishes ever. Greater Anchor session this year.
Mr. Tina, thank you very much. I will miss you today. I was hoping to see you today. Oh, by the way, Mr. Tina, make time for us because I am sending Kwesi to Nigeria on a very important assignment. And so we will need you to
save the world.
to come and cover for him. So please put that in your schedule. Kwesi may not be here next week because we're sending him to Nigeria for a very, very important assignment. But when he comes back, he will tell us everything. He will give us a report.
Okay.
Uncle Lord says, Uncle, promise pa. Charlie, we are we are human, so susceptible to repetitions.
That's why you hold yourself accountable. What I found is that whenever I tell people what I'm going to do, I get the extra motivation to do it. When I haven't said to anybody I can do it, the human aspect says in, okay, I said I'll work out every day. No big deal. But when I tell somebody that, look, with you, I'm going to work out with you every day, that'd be wonderful. Let me tell you a story. This holidays was over the period when we're running the festival. My kid brother came to visit from Kumasi. Now he's an active sports person, and I decided to take advantage of his being here and said, I'll work out with you every day. And so you know, on the morning after a crazy ride, he was at my door at 5 because that's the time we gave, and I had to get up and go. I had to get up and do it. Was I tired? You bet I was. But I had told him he had gotten up from the guest house where he was living and staying to come to my place, and we had to go out for the workout. And we didn't cut it short. We did the full thing that I had committed that we'll be doing. So to be a better person, always hold yourself accountable to somebody, and you'll be amazed at how much strength you'll find to rise above what is human and become what is special.
From the uncle, how does one refrain from speaking in an insulting tone to their partner?
One is to understand that it doesn't help. It doesn't get you any results. It doesn't get you any results, because what happens is that it makes the other person defensive. It makes the other person also get up in a fight. The best way to get something from your partner is to disarm them with sweetness. Sweetness and charm disarms the fighter in your partner, and then they can listen. So that is number one. Number two is to remember that this person deserves respect. You don't speak in anger to everybody out there who annoys you. Why would you do that to the person, the one person who means the world to you? And three, you can do better. You can do better. So do better.
Uncle, how do you deal with someone who is clingy or who wants to be around you or know you are doing something but still wants to chat every time? Let
the person listen to Uncle. And so that the person would understand that being clingy is not a sign of love. It is not at all. And actually, the more clingy you are, the more you lose your attractiveness. It's important to know that.
From Amikia, Uncle White, please, what if your spouse's job has to do with healthcare and has emergency calls every now and then? Should the phone still be kept away from the bedroom?
No, that one you understand what it is. And then the person did not become involved in the emergency health care overnight when you married. You knew this, so you know what you are getting into it. So you know this is for call. I think your partner would always understand if that is your field. They know that you are on call 24/7. They understand that. And when the call comes and is business related and work related, they know, they understand, they will accept that. What is difficult to take is the person who comes and is spending all the time chatting with other people that will not bring profit to anybody. That one is difficult to take, and that one is rude.
Uncle, there's a question from Gloria on our YouTube page. How about resolutions for singles?
Gloria, that's a good one. I did a presentation on joy, and I think that would help with singles. But still talking about I think if off the cuff of the top of my mind, resolution for singles: one, resolve to become a far better person. Resolve to become incredible. Resolve to fill your life with the things you are passionate about, with joy. Because there is something attractive about a person who is living fully. It makes you very attractive, trust me. So resolve to do those things. And resolve not to wait for any man if you're a woman. Resolve not to wait for any man. Get so busy that the man who comes will have to catch you running. He has to run and to catch up with you. When men run to catch up with you, they respect you more.
From Abasewa, but Uncle, sometimes when you make your guy your priority, he tends to think and act like you can't live without him.
Yeah, but that's why it is not just making him the top priority. Remember the other things. I said, get a life, don't be clingy, and all that. When you put all that together, you won't get into that place where he thinks that you have nowhere to go and you have no life. Get a life. He's your priority, but you have a life as well.
Uncle, what if you don't get answers to the resolutions you must set together?
Before you do this exercise, let your partner commit to join you into doing it. Otherwise, don't do it. Your partner, both of you, your partner, oh, it's a new year. Can we do this? And your partner must say yes. So it doesn't become one-sided. It doesn't become You go and you make all this commitment to your partner, and your partner says you are here, and gets up and leaves. I mean that one will be painful. He must commit, or she must commit to returning the compliment before you do it. So there's an exercise we are doing together.
From Adrian, for us who sleep naked, how should we dress for bed? Should we shave different styles each night?
Which Adrian is this? Is this the Adrian?
Adrian, you know.
Adrian. Adrian, I'm happy you sleep naked. So how should you dress? Take your bath before you come to bed. That will be fine. That will be fine. And I'm happy you do that. And regards to your wife. Adrian, it's nice for me to be able to say regards to your wife, isn't it?
From Purity, how do you handle a partner with bad breath, which makes you uncomfortable to kiss them?
That one is difficult too. I think sometimes it helps if the person brushes just before coming to bed. It helps. So let your partner try that, and let's see how it works.
Lord says, Uncle, please, there's no way you would tell a woman or your woman you are talking to your boss at that time and she will keep quiet. From
what's the context of that? That I've said that if it is only when in emergency cases that your boss will call you. Your boss, you also have a life. Why would your boss call you at home at night? He must respect your space, shouldn't he?
From Ruth, Uncle, I'm studying a gentleman and it's long distance. He has not officially asked me to be his girlfriend. However, I would love to do some of the points you suggested so we set a good foundation for a relationship and marriage. How do I go about it, please?
In the first place, studying somebody long distance is not studying at all. Don't kid yourself. You can't study somebody long distance. So look for some other ways of getting to know him. But it's difficult studying somebody long distance. What you can do is possibly share the links with this person so that that person is also consuming the same things you are consuming. That helps.
From Hans, Uncle, people fail to make priorities concerning their spouses and their relationship. Please, is it supposed to be hard?
It's just that we don't pay attention to it, and also there's a danger of taking what is closest to you for granted. So we've got to. It's a discipline you have to put on yourself, never to take and to get too familiar with the person closest to you, so that you don't care anymore. There are couples who stopped greeting each other in the morning a long time ago. Because you are there. I've seen you, full stop. Let's not take each other for granted. That's what I'm saying.
So, Uncle, there's a very interesting conversation going on between, I think, a husband and his wife. So, Ifya Sewa Frimpong Chebwachi says that shout outs to Louis Chebwachi, who thinks that he's going to meet someone special in his dreams. So, he's dressing to bed, dear. There's some point. And the perfume, though. Then Louis comes back to respond and says that Ifya Sewa, I love you. Then Ifya responds and says that, oh, I'm blushing. You are the best. Thanks for everything. God bless you. I love you more. But the person says that he's dressing to bed.
That's wonderful to the two of you. Keep it up, and don't do it just on social media.
I mean, how do you think that you're going to meet someone special in your dreams? So you dress special.
That's your joke. Why are you getting into that? When she said it, didn't he understand what she meant? Against the floor.
Oh dear.
Shut up. They are having fun, and I think it's beautiful.
Uncle from Kwame, Brooklyn. Uncle, please, what are some of the conversation topics to have with a partner when together?
When?
Together.
Oh, well, I've given you quite a list in this presentation, so go over it. I'm sure you'll find quite a lot here, especially at the beginning of the year.
From Lord, Uncle, truth be told, telling a woman the truth sparks more disaster rather. How do you balance the truth and a small lie?
No, it doesn't when you are persistent, and when you are consistent. It is when you are not consistent that she'll call you out, because she doesn't forget what you've told her. Unfortunately for us men, sometimes we forget what we have said. And then when they refer us, then we think it's gotten us into trouble. But the trouble that comes from telling the truth is nothing compared to the trouble that comes when you are caught lying. It is nothing, trust me.
Uncle from Mauli, this lady told my friend who connected her to me that her parents don't want her to marry an Ewe. I asked her about it and she said she's getting to know me, so let's not talk about that now, and that she has a relationship with her dad, which I won't understand. She brings in requests all the time. Who is she and how do I handle her?
She brings in requests for what?
Well,
for songs?
He didn't say.
Uncle,
All right, let's go on. We have 3 minutes, about 2 minutes more. Yeah, any more?
Uncle, how do you handle a busy partner?
How do you handle a busy partner? You two get busy some. It helps. Get busy. Then he will begin to be the one to complain. But that is why the resolutions, you'll find that I said, resolve to make time for each other in your calendar. Resolve to make an outing, regular outing, as part of your calendar. Don't leave it to when I feel like it. We're going out once a month. We'll go out the last Tuesday of the month, the last Saturday of the month. It is built into the calendar. Then when that day comes, whether I feel like it or not, whether I'm happy with you or not, we are going out. Because it's been built into it.
From Purity, Uncle, if you are not sexually attracted to your partner and don't like being around him, please, what kind of feeling is that?
It is, we need to break up kind of feeling.
Do you act on it?
You don't act on your feelings? No, you don't want to be around your boyfriend or your girlfriend. Why are you still there?
Uncle, what if it's marriage?
If you're married, keep quiet and suffer.
Oh. From Loretta, what about a man who talks to his female friends every night and wants his wife to be okay with it? The moment she complains, the man...
It is not right. It is not right. Listen, when you are with your wife, your girlfriend, you can't talk to another girl. Can we make that a principle? When you are with your wife or girlfriend, you can't talk to another girl. You can't. It's as simple as that. You can't talk to another girl on the phone. You can't. It's rude. It is not good. And it's not in your own interest. It is not in your own interest. Because you see, what that does is that it communicates to your girl that she's not that special to you. She will not give you her best because she's not comfortable. She's not secure in this relationship. She won't feel that secure. It is not in your own interest. And it is not right. And I know that it is becoming the norm for a lot of young people. What does it benefit you? Chatting with all these girls who, if you are down, will not pass by you. Because have you gone to look on their phone? You're not the only person they are chatting with, though. You know? With your modern techniques, it is even possible that at the time she's chatting with you, she's chatting with 3 other people at the same time. No, you have a good woman by you, and you're doing what? Not good. Not good enough. Not good enough. Not good enough. All right, let's take the last one and now close. All right. Well, I'd like to thank you very much for staying with us. I'd like to thank Michelle for joining us and for coming. And if you are in town from any part of the world, then you are part of the community and you can make contact with us. We would love to entertain you. We would love to host you here. And to every one of you, 2019, oh, let's make it an incredible year. May it be so to you. Stay blessed.
I
call me Uncle WHYTE. I am the CEO of Roman Productions, but I'm also very much committed to helping you become your better self. Your better self. You see, nobody goes into a love relationship to be miserable.